I built my forge about 7 years ago, all from scratch, just from information that I got off the internet. It's got cable against the metal on the inside, and then fire brick. Um, I made it so that I've got a back door if I wanted to do anything long. Um, but anyhow, a friend of mine, farrier, he had a forge on his truck that a friend of his had added a spark plug igniter to it. And I always thought that was a really nice upgrade instead of having to use a barbecue lighter that you always end up getting the hair on your hand burnt. Um, so anyhow, I used a step drill, drilled a hole in one of the burner tubes. I had just a junk 14 millimeter nut that I put on there. Found out that the threads don't match spark plug. They're kind of their own animal. So I did buy a spark plug tap and ran it through, and then the plug went in fine. But it wouldn't ignite no matter what I did. I tried several different spark plugs. It wouldn't ignite. I could put a lighter up to it, or these little electronic lighters that you can use for tea candles, and you can see there's just a gap that draws a spark across. It would light right in the hole that way, but it wouldn't light with the spark plug. Tried different spark plugs, non-resistor, hottest plug I could, wouldn't light. Um, so what I finally found out was it's the gap that makes the difference. I was just using a regular automotive gap, like 23 thousandths, 30 thousandths, but you really have to open it up to get a long reach spark. So I bought the little piezo snap igniters. These are just the generic off of a barbecue. This was all before I realized that it was the gap. Bought a battery operated one that is, I don't know if you can hear that. It's kind of like what you'd have on a motorhome refrigerator or something. So anyhow, this works real nice. Lights every time. I just turn my gas on. I usually run it off the tank at about 10 pounds. And then for what I do, which is more craft stuff, I don't have a business or anything. It's just for fun. But I usually run it about 5 psi to the burners. So now I can just crack that open a little bit, and it lights every time. I had posted the question to some of the groups, blacksmith groups on Facebook. Didn't get anybody who had done it. Had a lot of people that said, don't try to reinvent the wheel, use a match, use a piece of paper. I've done the barbecue lighter for years. Like I said, I just wanted to upgrade it. And it comes out that it's really inexpensive to do it. But like I said, I do have a welder, so I was able to weld the nut on there. And if you're trying to do this and you don't have a welder, I'm sure you could take your burner in and have somebody weld it real cheap. But the tap was the most expensive part. That was $12.95. The battery operated igniter, which just takes AA battery, that was $10.40. But when I found out the little piezo ones worked, I didn't even use it. The Autolite spark plugs, you can get 4 of them for $3.74. And the piezos, they were 2 for $10.99 on Amazon, and they came with the wires that have the little plugs that fit on there. And I just grounded it to a nut on the forge itself. the little piece clip that goes on the spark plug. I went up to Ace Hardware, and the guy that does tune-ups on lawnmowers and chainsaws, he just gave me the little piece and I crimped it on the end of the wire. So anyhow, for a grand total of $9.75, I was able to upgrade it and put the spark igniter, and I love it. I mean, I just turn the gas on, push the button, and it's lit. I don't have to worry about anything else.